Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the fantasy action sequel Godzilla, King of the Monsters, hitting store shelves, along with the musical biopic Rocket Man, the animated adventure sequel The Secret Life of Pets 2, as well as Apocalypse Now is getting the 4K upgrade for its 40th anniversary, plus much more. So let's go and see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. Alright everybody, we are in at Walmart here with this display for Godzilla, King of the Monsters here. Very nice, look at that. Really great display, man. Fucking awesome. Nice. And the first thing over here I am seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Godzilla, King of the Monsters for $24.96. They also have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $29.96. And they also have over here, they have the DVD for $16.96. And this actually has different artwork than the 4K and the Blu-ray. So for all you DVD lovers out there, some interesting and different artwork. Not half bad. I don't know if this is an exclusive to Walmart, but yeah, not bad at all, man. Not bad. It's always cool to get different artwork on some of the releases, and pretty cool stuff for the DVD, guys. Not bad. And John and I did a spoiler review on Godzilla, King of the Monsters. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the descriptions if you guys want to hear our full and complete thoughts on the movie. And I was interested in checking this one out because honestly, it's one of those movies where, you see, I wasn't in love with the 2014 film. I felt there was a lot wrong with that film, man. I like the design of Godzilla in that film, but other than that, man, I was really disappointed with the plot and the characters and the action. Sometimes you could barely see what's going on, and I was like, there's a lot of room for improvement. So I was interested to see what they would do with the sequel going forward, and I think there was a lot that got improved here. I love the designs of the creatures. I think the creature designs are awesome here. The action, I think, is much more improved. I really like seeing the action here. A lot of really cool CGI and fight sequences, and you get to see more of the monsters, and I think a lot of that's really improved. But there's a lot that unfortunately has stayed the same because I think the plot is still very weak here. I think the characters are very weak also. I'm not engaged with anybody. I could care less if people lived or died, unfortunately. You know, and the film felt more like a setup for another film than it did an actual movie. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of good here, and I like what they do with Godzilla, and I like what they do with the monsters, and I like that they're showcasing more of them. But I need more to care about than just the monsters. You know what I mean? I need more to hold on to. I need the human characters to be interesting, and I just don't feel that they were, guys. I mean, like I said, if you're just up for like sort of monster action, Godzilla action, then this is a good one. But if you're looking to care about the actual movie outside of the monsters themselves, then it's slightly improved over the 2014 film, but it's still lacking, and I feel that they still need to do better with these characters and engage me in the story, because monsters are cool and I can watch monsters fight all day, but I need something to hold my interest for the 2+ hours that this movie is, man. And it didn't always do that. But again, I thought the action was cool, and Godzilla is one badass motherfucker, man. So, you know, I mean, like I said, it's a good movie for Godzilla himself. Characters, not so much. But if you're up for Godzilla action, this definitely delivers, guys. And I don't really see any exclusives for Godzilla King of the Monsters other than maybe the DVD cover is maybe the only exclusive that they have, but we'll see if this is at the other stores or not. But pretty good selection here overall, and really great display, man. I love this display with the Godzilla coming out and everything. Really cool, man. Great display, Great selection, not half bad for the start of Walmart. Let's see what else they got. All right, everybody, we are over in this section with another display for The Secret Life of Pets 2. Not half bad here. And I really like the quote on the side here, which says, "With great power comes great adorability." Very nice. I like that one quite a bit. And the first thing I am seeing here is they have a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of The Secret Life of Pets 2 for $24.96, and they also have a 2-movie collection of the first film and the second for $24.96 as well, guys. They also have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of The Secret Life of Pets 2 for $27.96 here. They also have the DVD digital for $19.96, and they have an only at Walmart exclusive limited edition gift set Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Includes Funko Pop keychains of a couple of the characters here, the bunny rabbit and Max the dog. Very interesting they have that. They usually do their sort of Funko exclusives every once in a while, and Secret Life of Pets 2 is one of them, guys. Not bad at all, guys. Very interesting. And that's also for $27.96 as well. Interesting. Exclusive for Secret Life of Pets 2. Not bad. And I got a chance to catch this one on Amazon Prime, guys, and I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. Now, I never got a chance to see the first film. I don't know anything about the first film. I don't know if a lot of these characters end up crossing over from the first film into the second one, but this one I really enjoyed. I like the animated characters here. I thought it was really fun. I thought the animation was also really well done here. I like the comedy here. I like the adventure aspect of it. I really did. I had a fun time with this movie. You know, there's not a lot of kids films that I really love or really like kind of recommend to you guys because I'm not really much of an animated guy. But this one was really, really cool. I like sort of the different pets, and I like their personalities. I thought it was a fun movie, dude. I like the plot of like caring for like your owners and trying to go on this adventure and trying to not always worry about them and be yourself. I like that message as well. I thought it was really fun and really well made, and I think this would be a really great one for kids, man. I really do. I thought it was really just adorable, and I think kids would get a kick out of it. I really do. I got a kick out of it as an adult, so I can only imagine kids definitely would as well. Not bad, guys. So they have that. They also, like I said, they have that only at Walmart exclusive for the Funko Pop keychain. Not bad there as well. The 2-movie collection here, if you're a fan of 1 and 2 and don't have both of them, and the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Not bad at all here. And definitely I gotta watch the first one. Is the first one worth it? Definitely let me know if the first one is worth it, guys, because I really like the second one, and I might now actually want to give the first one a try. Definitely let me know. Not bad at this display and the other display. Some really great stuff so far. All right, let's see what else they got. All right, guys, we are in this section of Walmart, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Rocket Man for $27.96. The Blu-ray, DVD, and digital for $22.96, and the DVD for $17.96 right here, guys. Now, Nick and I did a movie review on Rocket Man. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the descriptions if you guys want to hear our full and complete thoughts on the movie. And we really enjoyed this one, man. I remember when the trailer came out a long while back, and I instantly knew I wanted to see it. I love Elton John. I love his music. I think he's one hell of an artist and sort of just a creative just musician. And I was interested in how they were going to tell this guy's life because, you know, truth be told, there's been a lot of musical biopics coming out as of late. I mean, there's been a ton of them. And I knew eventually they were going to get to an Elton John one. Honestly, I was not disappointed by it, guys. I thought it was really well done. I thought the acting was phenomenal here. I loved a lot of the dramatic story of Elton's life from when he was a kid to a teenager, you know, up into like his probably mid 30s, you know, 40s, somewhere around there. The music is infectious here. It's really well told, and honestly, it feels more of like a musical than it does a musical biopic. I mean, there's sequences here where they're just flat out like going up and dancing and singing just out of the blue. And that might turn people off because I think people are looking for a more traditional musical biopic, but this is not that. It tends to veer a little bit off the beaten path, but I tend to really like it. Like I said, the music is infectious here. The time period and the clothing and the acting, everything is phenomenal here, guys. It was really well done here, and honestly, out of a few complaints of maybe skipping certain things in his sort of life where I thought they should have done a little bit more with, I was really happy with it. I honestly really was, and I would definitely give it a chance. If you're a little bit on the fence because you weren't sure about, you know, how it would stack up to other musical biopics that came out recently, I wouldn't worry about that so much. It's still a really fantastic ride of a movie and a great telling of his life that you should give a chance to. You know, it's a little bit different than something like Bohemian Rhapsody, but I think it's still a very fun, very infectious. I think you're going to have a hell of a time watching it. I honestly do. Then over here I'm seeing they have this 3-film collection for John Wick for $29.96 here. And this has Chapter 1 and 2, and it has Chapter 3, Parabellum, which is coming out very, very soon, guys. Like I said, I know they've done these 3-film collections or 2-film collections before. Like I said, they had that the Rocket Man and Almost Famous one that I showed before, and the Secret Life of Pets one as well. You know, if you want John Wick a little bit early and you can't wait for the physical copy, then by all means, Walmart has this. Not bad, but as you guys know, I'm more of a physical media lover, so this is not for me. But I know a lot of you guys do still prefer digital out there, so thought I'd show it for you guys. Then the next thing over here I am seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of the Banana Splits movie for $17.96. The DVD for $12.96 here. And oh man, I caught this thing on Amazon Prime, guys, and oh brother, you know, truth be told, I think the Banana Splits were very popular in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. They were very popular in the 70s, and it was before my time, so I never really knew about them or never really heard anything about them. So that completely passed me by. But I remember seeing the trailer, and I'm like, oh my god, this thing looks really demented and really bizarre, and I gotta check this thing out, man. And I did, and I thought it was really demented. It takes these sort of kid characters from back in the day and spins it into this horror movie where they're just terrorizing these adults and these kids that go to this live show, and just all hell breaks loose. It's really sort of all very fucked up, man. You know, I love the design of the Banana Splits characters. I thought the gore and everything was really gruesome. They didn't shy away, man. I thought the horror was really cool here. This is one of those offbeat horror movies that I think people might... I think people are going to look at it and be like, really? This could look like crap. And truth be told, I thought it was going to be crap too. But honestly, it was really cool. I really liked it a lot. I thought, like I said, the scares were okay. But I thought, again, it was really brutal with the blood and gore and seeing these sort of children's sort of icons turned into like bloodbath killers. Very ingenious, very cool. I quite liked it. Fucked up and demented. But I really enjoyed it quite a bit, guys, and definitely one I think that you guys should definitely give a look to. If you like your off-kilter horror films, definitely give this one a look. I don't think you guys are going to be disappointed. Then over here I'm seeing they have the complete 5th season of The Flash for $27.96. Now, I've always really loved The Flash. I've always liked the concept of The Flash. I don't know if they've done as much as with the character as I would have liked for them to have done, like, over the decades, but I remember seeing the first couple episodes on Netflix of the first season of The Flash, and I liked it. I thought it was interesting, but, honestly, I was kind of unsure whether I was going to continue on with the show or not. Because everybody told me that the first season was really good, and then there was sort of a drop-off after that, after, like, the first season, and even though it's still a decent show, it's not as good as it used to be. That's what I've heard from people. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think of this. I mean, I like the Flash character. I think that there's a lot of potential for the character. I've heard good things about the earlier seasons, but the later seasons, I think people seem to be a little split on. Definitely let me know what you guys think of the Flash. Then over here, I'm seeing they have Tomorrow Man, the DVD for $14.96. With John Lithgow and Blythe Danner. You know what? I think I saw the trailer for this. I think I did. I think I saw it in the theater, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it ever went to the theater. I think it just went straight to DVD, which is weird. Yeah, it's about sort of two older people falling in love and how you can still find somebody at an older age. I really like John Lithgow, man. He's a fantastic, phenomenal actor. Blythe Danner is amazing as well. I can only imagine the chemistry that they have on screen, and the story is really, really amazing here. I like these stories. As I get older, I tend to find I like these sort of stories of people finding each other at an older age. I tend to appreciate that more and more as I get older, but it looks good. It honestly looks good, and I would definitely watch it just for the acting alone. Not bad at all. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of The Last Black Man in San Francisco for $12.96. Now, I ended up catching this one on Amazon Prime, guys. I caught it because I remember seeing the trailer. I saw the trailer in the theater, and again, if it was in the theater, it was a very limited run, and that was it. There was nothing else to it at all. But it's a really interesting story about these two guys. One of them, he believes his grandfather built this Victorian house, and he ends up, like, trying to get the house back, and these two guys are trying to cope with the fact that their city, it feels like they've lost touch with their city, and it's not what they once remember it was, and they're trying to get back to the good times. And it's a very interesting and very poignant movie. I really liked it quite a bit. I thought the acting here was phenomenal. I really like sort of the sort of sense of trying to reconcile that you want it the way it used to be, but the new way is not what it is, and you're trying to figure it out and trying to see if you could have it both ways, kind of. I really liked it, guys. I thought it was a really, really wonderful, really dramatic tale. I liked it quite a bit, man. I hope it gets some sort of Oscar love or something, because it really was a very, very well-told movie. Really liked it quite a bit, man. And as I get older, I find, for me, the older ways, I like the older ways. I know the newer ways are sort of slowly kicking in, and I'm getting kicked out in some ways. And this movie kind of hit me in a certain spot as well. So I really enjoyed it, guys. It really hit me. I don't know if you're younger, if it would really hit you, but it is really worth it, guys. Honestly, if you're older, definitely check it out. Then over here, I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Killers Anonymous for $14.96 and the DVD for $14.96 as well. They're both $14.96. That can't be true, but there you go. Okay. This is interesting. It has Jessica Alba and Gary Oldman. Very interesting. Some habits never die. Very interesting indeed, guys. Now, what is this about? This stylish, edge-of-your-seat thriller features memorable performances by Gary Oldman and Jessica Alba. A support group for killers. Very interesting. Almost like an AA meeting for killers? Really? Well, that sounds interesting. U.S. Senator. Interesting. Okay. That could be really cool. I really love Gary Oldman. And Jessica Alba, I'm kind of on the fence. I've liked some of her stuff. I think she's been in a lot more misses than she has hits, but I tend to like her at times. Gary Oldman would be the one to definitely watch here, man. And I like that Gary Oldman doesn't always do these big budget Hollywood movies. He's an Academy Award winning actor. He could pick any project he wants, but I like that he doesn't shy away from these lower budget movies, and he gives things a chance that maybe other actors might not, which is really interesting. It kind of makes me appreciate Gary Oldman more. I mean, I hope he doesn't always do these straight to sort of DVD, Blu-ray movies, but I appreciate him for giving it a try. If he likes the story and everything, why not do it? It's not like below you as an actor, so looks kind of cool. I definitely would be into checking it out. Not bad at all. Other than that, that does it for this section, guys. Not bad so far. Let's see what else they got. Alright, we're over in this section here, guys, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Apocalypse Now, the Final Cut, the 40th Anniversary Edition, a 6-disc set. God damn. Good lord, man. Apocalypse Now, Redux, and Hearts of Darkness. Man, look at this. This looks nice. Look at that art, man. That's nice art. God, that looks really cool. And if you look on the inside there, yeah. Wow, man. This movie, guys. Oh, dude. I love this movie. And I watched this movie when I was younger, man. And it just hit me like a bag of bricks, dude. Like, just how hard hitting this movie is, and how just sort of brutal and just really truthful this movie is about the war and about people's effects from the war, and you know, the internal struggle that people were dealing with when they were over there. And man, it's just a phenomenal fucking movie, guys. It really is. It really is one of the greatest films of all time. It really honestly is. There's no lie about that, man. Francis Ford Coppola did an amazing job on this movie. The acting is phenomenal here. Everybody does a great job here. Oh, dude, the greenery and going overseas and seeing all of the stuff that they did, the helicopters and the action, and I thought the characters were really interesting, and you're just on this ride with these characters as they're going from place to place, trying to survive this war, and trying to find like Colonel Kurtz. And man, it's such a wonderful story, and I really loved it when I was like younger, but even now, like, I appreciate it even more now, man. Really much more of an adult and much more, you know, appreciative of these type of films. I love it even more, man. This is honestly a phenomenal movie, worth definitely putting in the collection, but at least watching. If you guys have never watched Apocalypse Now, definitely watch it, man. This is so amazing and so fantastic of a movie. It's really eye-opening, and it's phenomenal. I love this movie. I can't say enough high praise for it. I really can. It's a great journey into darkness, and it's one worth exploring. Honestly, it really is, guys. Amazing, amazing. God, and what a fantastic looking box and art, dude. God, if you haven't got this yet, definitely get up on it, guys. Then over here, I'm seeing the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray of Stand By Me for $19.96. Now, this actually got the 4K upgrade as well, guys. And oh my God, talk about a childhood favorite, man. This was one of those ones where my mother and father taped it on VHS, and I fell in love with this movie, guys. I really did. This thing is an amazing movie about growing up, about friendship, about coming of age, the difficulties that you have in life, you know, being younger, the friends that you keep, you know, the struggles that you deal with. Oh my God, there's so much, the happy time that you have with your friends. So much wonderful stuff in here, dude. This is a phenomenal fucking movie, dude. I love this when I was younger, because it really spoke to me when I was younger about, your friends and the adventures you go on, and you know, just the camaraderie you have with these people who, you know, you consider like brothers. It's so amazing here, man. Everybody hits it out of the park. Corey Feldman, Will Wheaton, Jerry O'Connell, Kiefer Sutherland is awesome here as sort of this like punk, sort of younger, or not younger, older teen sort of bad dude. Really great. And even River Phoenix, man. River Phoenix fucking rocks in this movie. And rest in peace, River Phoenix, man. He died way too early, man. He was a phenomenal actor, and he's definitely going to be missed. He did some really amazing and wonderful work, and we'll always have it, but God, I wish I would have loved to have seen him do more work, man. God, he died way too soon, but this is a phenomenal movie, guys, and a really amazing, just amazing coming-of-age tale, which is one of the best ones out there, honestly. If you guys have not watched Stand By Me, definitely do it. It's now on 4K and Blu-ray, and for $19.96, that's a really great price, guys. Honestly, I implore you guys, definitely check out Stand By Me. It's funny, it's dramatic, it really hits you right in the feels. It really does, guys. It's so phenomenal, guys. I can't recommend this enough. Definitely get up on this. It is a must-watch. Like, kind of like how Apocalypse Now is a must-watch, Stand By Me is a must-watch, guys. Definitely give this one a look. You will not be disappointed. Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. I definitely was not, but even getting older now, this resonates with me even more. So amazing of a movie, guys. Fantastic. 4K love for Stand By Me and Apocalypse Now. Not bad, guys. All right, let's see if they got anything else. All right, guys, we're over in this section of Walmart as well, and some of the things I'm seeing over here is they have the DVD of Season 10 of NCIS Los Angeles for $29.96. Man, so we had NCIS New Orleans last week, and now NCIS Season 10 of Los Angeles. My goodness, man, damn. Don't they kind of look like the Men in Black? Like that? They kind of do. You know, I got to admit to you guys, I said it last week, I don't really like these procedural shows, man. I really don't. I'm sure they're good shows. I really do. I mean, they also have this one over here, Chicago Fire Season 7 for $29.96 as well. And I'm sure they're good shows. They're probably not terrible shows or anything, but I need something more complicated, something, you know, to engage my mind in. You know, I mean, at a young age, I was watching a lot of complicated shows, man, and my imagination was firing on all cylinders. I mean, these sci-fi shows and these fantasy shows, and I never got into these procedural cop or sort of firefighter shows. Like I said, they're probably really good shows, and it shows sort of the heroism of firefighters and police people, and I'm all for it. But I need something more to engage my mind, something more for me to be invested in, and I'm not a huge fan of these type of shows. I'm really not, unfortunately. They're fine for other people, just not for me. You know what I mean, guys? Not for me, really. Again, they also have that Chicago Fire Season 7, as I said. Again, Season 7 and Season 10, my God, man. I mean, these fly by. I remember when these shows were just first starting, man. And now we're at, like, this long of a show. I mean, it's a procedural. People like it, so it's going to continue, but it's not really for me, guys. Then over here, I'm seeing Into the Badlands, the complete third season for $19.96. And you know, I never have watched a single episode of this show, but I remember when I was still actually watching The Walking Dead that they ended up having the trailer come out for the first season of the show. I remember really liking the trailer, but I didn't really want to get invested in any other shows at that point, so I kind of passed on it. I have heard good things. I heard people really enjoyed it and really liked it quite a bit. I don't know if it's good or not. I mean, I like a good martial arts sort of movie. You know, I saw some of the sort of stunts and everything on YouTube once of the fighting sequences, and it looks really cool. But I'm not really sure about it or not, guys. I mean, like I said, it looks really interesting to me. The action looked really cool, very sort of like Hong Kong style, but yeah, I didn't really get into it or anything. I don't really know too much about it. And if you guys know much about Into the Badlands, definitely let me know. Again, it looked cool at the time, but maybe I should get into it. Definitely let me know, though, guys. Other than that, that does it for this area, and that does it pretty much for Walmart. Lots of stuff this week, guys. All right, let's head out. The selection is pretty damn good here at Walmart this week, guys. It really is. Not really much in the way of exclusives, like maybe one or two, but man, a lot of variety. And as I've been telling you guys, we're just going to keep on getting more and more variety week in and week out. A ton of selection, and Walmart is proof. There is a lot to show off this week. A lot of really cool new releases, TV shows, some interesting independent titles as well. A whole bunch of variety for movie lovers out there, and Walmart is supplying it for sure this week. Not half bad, guys. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it over at Walmart. Quite a bit to see. Let's head to the second location and see what they got. Alright, everybody, we are at our second location, Target. And as I said, man, it just keeps getting better and better with physical media. A ton of releases this week on top of every other week that we've been seeing a ton of releases as well. Not much in the way of exclusives for Walmart the way I thought we would get exclusives. I thought we'd get a little bit more, but we didn't. But truth be told, the variety definitely made up for it. So now going over to Target, I think we're going to see some exclusives here. I think we are. I just don't know what we're going to see. The variety, I think we're going to get the new releases. Outside of that, I think there are certain titles that we're just not going to see here. So I'll be surprised if we see certain ones. But for the most part, we'll get the new releases. We'll get some, I think we'll get some exclusives this week. And hopefully they have decent variety. Because again, Walmart is really good. Target sometimes is a little hit or miss at times. They've been pretty good overall for the year, but there have been weeks where they've been a little less than stellar. So hopefully this week will definitely be a good one. Let's head into Target and find out. Alright, everybody, we are in at Target here with this display for The Secret Life of Pets 2. Not bad here, guys. And the first thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital for $26.99. They also have over here the DVD digital for $22.99 right here. I don't see any of the 4K or anything or any exclusive, just the Blu-ray and then the DVD itself. But you know, it's kind of interesting because I was looking up some facts about the movie, and well, first of all, I want to say the voice acting here is really great. I thought everybody did a really great job here. Tiffany Haddish did, and Patton Oswalt did. And speaking of Patton Oswalt, he actually replaced, from what I found out, Louis C.K., because Louis C.K. played Max in the first Secret Life of Pets, and I guess it had to do something with like the controversy or the sexual controversy that was happening with him, and I think they replaced him with Patton Oswalt, which I think Patton Oswalt did a great job, man. He actually hit it out of the park. I thought he was phenomenal, dude. I really liked him coming out with like the pathos of the character and the personality, and it might be different than Louis C.K. Again, I've never watched the first one, so it's hard for me to tell, but I thought he did a phenomenal job here. And also the other thing I found out as well, which kind of shocked me, was that Harrison Ford does a voice for this film as well. And this is the first animated film that he ever did voice work for, which is crazy, dude. I mean, how many decades he's been in the industry, and this is his first animated film? That kind of blows my mind away, dude. I mean, I was hoping he'd say, like, "Get off my plane," or some like, you know, gruff Harrison Ford line. But, you know, he was still kind of gruff in his own way. But kind of phenomenal to think that after all this time, this is his first one he ever did. I think he must have got offered a ton of them before, but I guess he never took them. This is the first one he did. Crazy. But like I said, it's a fun one for kids. I thought it has its silly moments, but it's a kids animated movie. It's going to be silly, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was adventurous. I love the colors. The animation really pops here. This is a great one for kids, and I think the voice acting is great too. I think the voice acting really gets across the personalities and everything that they really wanted it to, guys. Honestly, it's a really, it seems, well, I never saw the first one, but it seems to be a really great sequel and a really great one that I think kids will just sit back and enjoy. Not bad at all. It's about an hour and a half, and I think an hour and a half fits this film pretty well, guys. I honestly do. I think it fits it pretty good, honestly. Hour and a half is not too long where it's like overdoing it, you know, but you want a little bit more too. So I think it's just the right amount of time, but it's well worth your time to check this out, especially for kids if you like that first film. Definitely give it a chance. Other than that, that does it for this area of Secret Life of Pets 2. Again, no exclusive and no 4K, but we'll see if that got anything else in the other sections. Alright, guys. Let's see what else they got. Alright, everybody, we are in this section of Target, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Rocket Man for $29.99. They have the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $24.99, and they have the DVD for $19.99. Now, I said at Walmart that the acting was really good, and it is, and Taron Egerton is phenomenal as Elton John. You know, I saw him in the Kingsman movies, and I saw him in Eddie the Eagle, and he's a good actor, but this movie really showcases him as an actor and how he can really shine in a role if given the chance. He was fantastic here. There are moments in this film where I think they just like superimposed Elton John's face on top of his. Like, he is so eerily, like, especially when he's got the glasses on and the costume stuff on, like eerily similar to Elton John, man. And he really busted his ass because all of the singing in this movie is him. He's saying all the stuff in this movie. If you get the soundtrack, I think it's all him too. He did a fantastic job, man. Really showcased him as an actor. And it's interesting because I think if you look at Rami Malek, who did Freddie Mercury, and if you look at Taron Egerton here doing Elton John, they're slightly too different. He's kind of doing an impression, but I think he's more embodying the personality than anything else. I don't think he's really going out of his way to look exactly like Elton. I think he pulls it off, but I think he's more embodying the personality, where I think somebody like Freddie Mercury is actually trying to look like Freddie Mercury. You know what I mean? I think there's two different schools of how you go about doing a biopic, and I think Taron Egerton did it more in the vein of wanting to get the personality and the essence of Elton John. And I think he actually did a great job here. And truth be told, this movie is produced by Elton John. Now, I always kind of tell you guys that this is a true story, but it's a true story up to a certain point. We weren't there for the conversations, and we don't know exactly what went on. I mean, it's nice for Elton to be a part of this movie and actually help produce it, but there's certain things where you feel like maybe they held back because he's a producer and they didn't want to go so far. You know, I mean, it's good that they have the musician involved. Sometimes that's not always the case in some of these biopics, but sometimes you need a separation from the artist and the material to kind of get more of a truth tale to it. But I think it was still well done, and I think what Elton brought to it was a certain sense of legitimacy, that he was telling his story and that it's him doing his movie the way he wanted to do it, and no one was sort of making some of these claims that aren't true. So I think there's a good side to it and a bad side to it, but it's great to see that the artist is involved. Things like movies like The Doors, where he's not involved, you know, really sucks, because again, so some of the Doors were involved, but I know that Oliver Stone sort of did it by himself. And even though I love that movie, you wish there was more involvement by the band. So, I mean, like I said, it's a push and pull, but I do really enjoy this one quite a bit. And just for the acting alone, I don't think Taron Egerton's going to get any kind of, like, Oscar nomination, but I wish he would, because it was so great, man. He did a phenomenal job. God, really good. Then over here I'm seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of the 40th anniversary edition of Apocalypse Now, the Final Cut, for $24.99. And man, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever actually, like, seen the documentary, but if you guys know me from the Blu-ray pickup videos, you know I love, like, movie documentaries. There's a great documentary on here called The Hearts of Darkness, and it goes into all of the difficulties that Francis Ford Coppola had making this movie, whether it's filming it, trying to get some of the actors on board, replacing some of them, just all of the complications that he had to go into with this movie. I mean, there's a whole section of Hearts of Darkness where he's having to deal with Marlon Brando and how Marlon Brando is really difficult to work with, and how he's sort of getting really upset and angry. He's like, I'm filming out here, and I'm making deals with these dictators and everything, and they're asking for all this money, and he's just having so many difficulties and problems. And truth be told, I don't think you could ever make a film like this today. Like, seriously, I don't think today you could ever make a film like this. I think for the time that it was made, that's what it was, and you could get away with that. But now doing it the way that he did it, like down and dirty, yeah, you would never get away with that now, man. Really fantastic documentary and really fantastic movie, man. This movie is phenomenal, dude. Great movie. One of Francis Ford Coppola's best, and trust me, I'm a big Francis Ford Coppola fan, so by all means, that's saying a lot, because a lot of his work is phenomenal, this one included, guys. Definitely get up on watching this one. Then the next thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Banana Splits movie, the DVD for $14.99, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I am shocked that Target has it, because this is not a kid-friendly movie by any means. I mean, truth be told, like something like Brightburn is not kid-friendly, but the difference is this is more of like a straight-to-DVD, like, independent movie. It's not, I mean, it's backed by Warner Brothers, but it's not a big studio thing, but this is just a really twisted movie, dude. And, you know, when I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, like, what else could they do with this idea? Could they, like, do a Killer Barney movie? Or, like, a Sesame Street, like, Killer Sesame Street stuff? Or, like, Blue's Clues, where he like, goes on a rampage against the kids? Like, I would love to see more really twisted and sick ideas here. I really honestly would. I think this is a really interesting concept and idea that I think could really open the door for more type of movies like this. At least I hope so. And I was thinking about this because the movie that this reminds me of, it's not a horror movie, but Death to Smoochie. If you guys ever saw Death to Smoochie, it's not a horror film exactly, but it's sort of a really twisted tale of, like, this sort of kids program and these people on this kids program and how sort of messed up they are. And it kind of reminded me of this, how it takes sort of a sort of wholesome, friendly idea and sort of just mangles it in this really messed up way. I really enjoyed this one, man. I thought the gore and everything was really impressive here. Some of the characters, you kind of want them to die really quickly, and some you want to live. You know, that's how horror films are, but it's really cool, though, man. Honestly, I was surprised I liked it as much. I was not thinking I was going to like it a lot, but truth be told, it really surprised me, man. Definitely give it a chance, but shocked that Target has it. Trust me. Then over here I'm seeing they have Killers Anonymous, the Blu-ray and digital for $16.99. Again, I like the plot and the idea behind the movie. And as I said before, I like Gary Oldman doing this role. It kind of reminds me of him doing The Professional, these sort of hitman movies, and him sort of being this sort of sadistic killer. I think he plays a great sadistic killer, man. Gary Oldman does an awesome job here as a sadistic killer. I would assume he does, actually. But in any roles that he's done, he really gives it his all, dude. He's fucking phenomenal. And Jessica Alba, well, I mean, I see, I like her in Idle Hands and maybe another thing, but that's about it. I really see Jessica Alba she had so much promise as an actress, and I feel she sort of went downhill really fast, doing a lot of these, like, sort of superficial projects that really didn't benefit her. But I mean, I hope she's doing more interesting stuff. I know she's doing like a TV show now, and she's trying to look like her badass thing with her bandana on. Okay, don't know if I believe that, but, you know, she's a decent actress, but I think she could have done so much better. I like her in Sin City, I like her in Idle Hands, but outside of that, I haven't really been a big fan of her, but maybe that could turn around? Who knows? Definitely let me know, guys. Then over here, I'm seeing they have The Last Black Man in San Francisco, the DVD for $13.99 right here. Now, this is another one of those films by A24, and I know some of you are like, oh, A24, but I like the fact that A24 gives these movies an opportunity to shine where I think other studios shy away from it. To be honest with you, we're living in a world now with huge studio backing, like Disney, just swallowing up properties with 20th Century Fox and everything. And I kind of feel like movies like this, they deserve a home, and I feel that's why I really love things like A24. They don't always hit it out of the park, but what I appreciate about them is that they give these movies an opportunity and a chance to shine. Whereas I think if this movie were to go to Disney or something, I think they would just completely bury this thing. So I still think we need the independent studios out there to really boost a lot of these films that definitely need the recognition that it deserves. And I think The Last Black Man in San Francisco is definitely one of them, guys. It is. Very dramatic, very poignant, very great storytelling. The old school versus the new school and trying to keep the old ways alive and how it's dying. Very fascinating stuff, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of King of the Monsters, Godzilla King of the Monsters for $17.99. The Blu-ray DVD and digital for $24.99 and the 4K for $29.99. And I guess that Walmart cover there for the DVD is not exclusive to Walmart because Target has it as well. So not exclusive to that. So if you're looking to get it somewhere else, Target does have it. And, I really love Godzilla here. I really do. I think Godzilla is fucking phenomenal. I love the designs of the creatures, as I've said. But as I just said at Walmart, I think the plot and the characters really just sort of stink here. It's just really bland and lifeless. And I know a lot of you guys don't really like the movie, but I really like that '98 Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick. Now, okay, truth be told, the design of Godzilla is, oh god, it's fucking awful in that movie. Truth be told, it's really terrible, guys. But here's the thing about it, though. Those characters in that Godzilla movie, they're really witty and funny and charming, and they have good personalities, and you want to root for them. And I didn't get any of that in the 2014 version, and I didn't get any of that in this version as well. I mean, a lot of these are just really bland, lifeless characters where when you don't care about the humans, when you're spending 2.5 hours in a movie theater, as much as I love seeing monsters attack, you need to connect yourself with somebody. And these characters just were not connecting to me at all, man. Unfortunately. And that's why I love that '98 film as much as I do, because I do connect with the characters. I do find them interesting. And I do want some of those people to live, and I like the adventure that they go on. Here, dude, I mean, it's an interesting idea of a plot, but I don't think they really utilize it really well. And again, I feel like a lot of these characters are just pawns on a board to be killed. There's not really anything interesting about them. Some of them come back from the 2014 version, but quite honestly, I could have cared less. They just felt very superficial. You got to give these people something to do. But I will say this, it's better than the 2014 film. Which the 2014 film, to me, I think they really bungled that in a bad way. I think this is a hell of a lot better than that. But still, it's lacking a certain something that I feel a Godzilla film needs, which is interesting characters. And I think some of those ones overseas do have that, where the American ones still need to catch up to that. But the monster stuff is really cool, and they definitely did do a great job on that, guys. So if you're into the monster stuff, then this ain't half bad, guys. Not bad so far over here, guys. Some really great selection so far. Let's see what else they got. Alright guys, we're over in this section over here, and they do have that 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of The Secret Life of Pets 2 for $29.99, and they also have a limited edition gift set, Blu-ray DVD and digital for $26.99, and that comes with an only at Target gallery book, a 26-page gallery and activity book. Very interesting. I didn't think we were actually going to see any exclusives here for a while, but because they didn't have any up front in the display, but I guess they're just carrying it back here, which is kind of weird. But man, I'm glad we got to see at least one exclusive. I thought we weren't going to see anything at Target, but damn glad we saw something. But not bad. Huh. if you guys like Target's gallery books, well, they certainly have one here. Again, I was shocked because I was not expecting one, but I'm glad that we found it for sure, guys. And also the 4K as well. None of it's up front, which is really weird. Again, you'd think all of it would be up front on that display, but it's back here. Then over here I'm seeing they have Chicago Fire, the DVD, for $27.99 right here. And again, as I said at Walmart, this is just a very procedural, paint by numbers type of show. It's cool to see the heroism of the firefighters. It's cool to see it. But I remember that show, that Dennis Leary show, that firefighter one, which he was in on FX, which I only saw a few episodes, but it was really good, man. And I kind of feel like that is a show that's all you need about firefighters. It's just a really great show about the heroism of it. And being on FX, you could do a little bit more with it, I think, than you can on like a cable show like NBC or CBS or, you know, something like that. I kind of feel like they're probably a little restrained, that they can't do something as interesting or as engaging as probably that show was. Again, I could be wrong. I mean, definitely let me know, guys, but very interesting. Well, definitely let me know what you guys think of Chicago Fire. I like the cover, though. The cover looks actually really cool. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray and digital of The Flash, the complete 5th season, for $32.99, and the DVD for $27.99 here. And do you guys remember, now that I'm thinking about it, that Flash show from the early 90s, I think it only lasted one season. Like, that was like a blast from the past, man. That was a really big blast from the past, dude. And I remember really liking that show as a kid. I don't know, I know they released it on DVD. I don't know if it's out of print now or not. I haven't watched it in years, but didn't they make like TV movies or something? I think they might have made like TV shows or something out of it. I mean, like I said, I've always liked the Flash character, and I always like what they've done with him in the past. There's still a whole lot of potential that they could do, and I don't know if the show really realizes that potential or not. Because, I mean, some of these CW shows are good, but I feel like sometimes they don't utilize the potential of the character, like in Smallville. Like in Smallville, they really just kind of screwed up so much with the Superman legacy and the character, and it really just turned it into like this sort of teen bop kind of show, which I really didn't like, man. And I hope the Flash doesn't do that too. I really hope it doesn't, but something tells me it kind of will. I don't know. I mean, I'm on the fence about the show. I mean, it's on Netflix, and I definitely got to watch the rest of the first season. But as everybody told me, it kind of lags a little bit over time. So, does it? Or is it better than what people are saying? Definitely let me know, guys. But now that Green Arrow, or just Arrow, is now leaving the CW, which major hero is going to step up to the plate? Will it be the Flash? Well, only time will tell, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have Season 10 of NCIS for $34.99 right here. Another one of those procedural shows that I really have no interest in. But it's kind of interesting because LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell, they've been on this, I think, since the beginning, I think. Again, it's been so long, but I remember Chris O'Donnell's career, man, back in the day. Like, he was a big up-and-coming guy. Like, he did, like, that movie Mad Love, I think, with Drew Barrymore, and he did a lot of, like, cool independent work, and he was somebody really coming up. And then he did those, well, Batman Forever's not terrible, but he did Batman and Robin, and that was completely stunk, and I think that really killed his career, guys. I mean, he didn't do a lot of great work after that. I mean, he did some stuff, but not a lot. But I mean, I'm glad he found a good niche on TV. But the same with LL Cool J. Like, he like was really great in Deep Blue Sea. Like, you know that song, like, deep as blue as my head is like a shark's fin. Like, that's really cool, man. And he was great in that. And then he did a lot of not so great roles and eventually landed on TV. And I feel like a lot of these rappers eventually land on TV. Like who was I thinking of? Like Ice-T. He was on like that Law and Order show and everything. So I mean, they all land on TV eventually. They kind of, if the movies don't want them, TV will. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about this one. If you guys are big into NCIS and the whole NCIS franchise, definitely let me know, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of Into the Badlands, the complete third season for $22.99. Now, it's kind of interesting because I am into like all of the like fighting and the overseas sort of Japanese and Hong Kong style action, but honestly, I don't get into it as much as I should. I mean, my father back in the day was a huge fan of it. He loved all of the Jackie Chan stuff, and he loved all that martial arts stuff. I slowly came to it over the years. I wasn't a huge fan of it right away, but there's something about this show that looks really fascinating and interesting. All these different sort of factions and all of the different kind of costumes and communities and the fighting. Something tells me this is really good. But again, a lot of times, as I said before at Walmart, a lot of these sort of American companies, they try to replicate the stuff from Hong Kong or China, all of that great martial arts, and sometimes they fail. But this one looks like they got it right. But definitely let me know what you guys think of Into the Badlands, the complete third season. Is it worth it, or is the stuff overseas better? Definitely let me know, guys. Other than that, that does it for this section. Let's see what else they got. Alright, and we're over in this section, guys, where they actually have these DVDs that all have up to $8 off to see It Chapter 2. Now, we saw a lot of these slipcovers over at Best Buy like a few weeks back where like they have the eyes there. Really cool. I thought we'd only see them over at Best Buy, but we saw them over at Target not have battery here. I still love that dude with the eyes. Very, very cool, man. And I remember actually going back in the week after I showed them off, and they sold out like crazy, guys. They sold out incredibly, man. My God, man, they were hugely popular. So if you missed out on some of them, they have the DVDs here. Oh, creepy with the eyes. Very, very nice, man. Very nice. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I am anticipating It Chapter 2, but I'm also really fearful of it because, dude, I really want this to be really great, man. I mean, it's going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's a long-ass movie, dude. And honestly, I love this film. I love the first It film, but the problem is like that's kids. So kids being in peril and everything, that story is really great, and it's very scary. How do you make the adult story scary? How do you make Pennywise versus the adults really scary and terrifying? That's going to be the dilemma that they're going to have with It Chapter 2, and I don't know if they're going to pull it off or not. I'm anticipating it. I want to see if they get it right, but I'm hopeful, but at the same time, I'm terrified because if they don't get it right, then it's going to be a big bomb, and it's going to take a shit on this film big time. So there's big shoes to fill. Will they fill it? I mean, you got 2 hours and 45 minutes to do it, so they better do it. But there's a lot of weird stuff in the book. I mean, a lot of weird shit that if they put it in the film, it's going to be very interesting. So I'm highly anticipating it. Definitely let me know what you guys think if you're anticipating it as well. But if you missed out on some of those slipcovers over at Best Buy, they definitely have it over here at Target as well. Alright, let's see if there's anything else to show off. Alright guys, we're over in this area of Target, which has this small display for the 25th anniversary of Friends. God damn, it's already been 25 years? Damn, I'm old. Oh my God, guys. Damn, man. And they have the DVD of the first season all the way to the final 10th season right here. And all of them are for $14.99 right here, guys. Now, wow, look at that picture, man. They were young back then. Whoo, man. God damn, dude. Wow. Now, truth be told, I never really got into Friends. I know you guys are gonna say, "Oh my God, I can't believe you never got into Friends. Geez, you gotta get into it." Like, dude, I've heard it all. I have heard it all. Trust me, everything in the book. People have scolded me for it, for goodness sake. And I think you had to have been, at the right time, at the right age, when you were sort of finding it. And to me, I never really got into it. I never really got into these type of shows anyways. I was more of like a sci-fi horror mystery guy anyway, so it never really sort of I never got the bug to watch Friends. You know what I mean? But I know that a lot of people honestly did. And people really love it, man. People go back constantly, time after time, and watch all of the seasons and everything. And I mean, it's on Netflix, and it's a huge thing on Netflix, man. I swear to God, like Netflix makes a killing off of this show, dude, and everybody going back and watching it. I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand it's such a fascinating show because you like the camaraderie between the actors and the friends, and you like how funny it is and the storylines. And I mean, I get it. I really do, guys. I honestly do. But to me, I'm not gonna lie, man. I never really got the bug to, but maybe I should actually go and check it out at some point. Maybe I should. I mean, it's on Netflix, so maybe I should give it a whirl. But I just, I never really got into these sort of, comedies from back in the day. Some of the comedies that I got into, like I got into the Roseanne show and some of the stuff back then, like the Cosby stuff. But Friends, I never really had the itch to do it. But again, if you are a fan of Friends, you are a hardcore fan of Friends. Whether it's the merchandise, whether it's the DVDs or Blu-rays, the shirts, the sweaters. I mean, you name it. The coffee mugs, everything, guys. I mean, these actors were made because of this show, dude. They were made because of it. And I mean, truth be told, they've all went off and had various success since. Like Courtney Cox, of course, she was, after this was best known for the Scream franchise. Jennifer Aniston, of course, she was in Leprechaun, but she also did a lot of film roles since and has made more of a film role career for herself. People like Lisa Kudrow had a couple of film roles, but she sort of really dropped off. Matthew Perry, he did a few film roles as well, but he tried his hand at it, kind of dropped off a little bit. The same with David Schwimmer and the same with Matt LeBlanc. There was only a few of them that really broke out into the whole movie thing. It was basically Courtney Cox and Jennifer Aniston. Those were the ones that really broke out of it. And I'd say a little bit of Matthew Perry as well, but Fools Rush In, which is a really great one as well. And sort of Matt LeBlanc had a lot of like clunkers. Like he had that baseball movie with that chimp. God, I forget the name of that one. He had that one with the chimp there, and I can't remember for the name for the life of me. Lisa Kudrow had a couple good comedies. David Schwimmer had some stuff, but it was mainly because of Friends that they became known for what they are, and they're still making money off this show to this day, and it's still incredibly popular, maybe even more so. I never really got the love for Friends, but I understand why it was as popular as it is. It was a zeitgeist show. It was one that you had to watch because your friends were watching it, and it was infectious, fun TV. And back in the day, that's what you got. You got some really infectious, fun, and entertaining TV that really launched a career for a lot of these people, man, for sure. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think of the show Friends. I can't believe it's been 25 years. That is fucking crazy and ridiculous, guys, but very fascinating. And hey, if you're a fan of the show, then 25 years it's been running, and Lord knows it's going to be another 25 years because it's that goddamn popular, guys. All right. Let's head out. Actually, not bad selection this week over at Target, man. I was expecting there to be a lot less compared to Walmart, but actually, they had a lot of the same variety as Walmart did. minus a couple of things that maybe we saw independently released, but they had the TV stuff, they had all the new releases, they had some interesting small displays for It Chapter 2 and Friends, and even one exclusive for The Secret Life of Pets, which I knew we'd get something here. I just didn't know what. I'm glad we got at least one exclusive to show off here as well. Not bad overall at Target here. Kind of a surprise, especially that Banana Splits movie. I was not expecting them to carry that, man. This place is more like kid-friendly, and for them to have that is really unique and interesting. Kind of tells me that maybe in the future we might see some cool titles here. One can hope. Alright guys, let's head to the third and final location and see what we can find. Alright everybody, we are at our third and final location, the Beast Best Buy. But before we go in, I want to talk about a couple trailers with you guys, and the first being The Mandalorian, because, you know, we finally got footage from D23, and this is highly anticipated. I think everyone is, like, really circling The Mandalorian. I think the reason why they're doing it is because, truth be told, the movies are good. They're not terrible, but I feel like there's a lot of potential in these Star Wars TV shows, and I think the first one out of the gate is Mandalorian. They want to see, okay, is this going to pay off? Is their hopes and dreams Disney Plus? Is, you know, are they gonna, they're banking on The Mandalorian. Is it going to be fruitful for them? And honestly, it looks great, guys. It really does. I love this sort of grimy, dirty sort of world of these sort of bounty hunters that are not exactly the most nicest people in the world. Scum and villainy, pretty much, right? And I like how it's basically set between the time of Return of the Jedi, at the end of Return of the Jedi, and the beginning of The Force Awakens. That whole time period where basically there's a vacuum that's going on, the Empire is basically destroyed, and now it's just basically chaos. And I like it. I think it looks really cool, man. I think the action looks really cool. I like the brief glimpses of the characters. Oh, man, Carl Weathers is in here, man. Werner Herzog. Are you fucking kidding me? Werner Herzog is in this bitch. Like, you got that. I think there's going to be some really great characters here, some really great action. Hopefully it's going to feel like old school Star Wars to me, because I'm more of an old school Star Wars fan than I am a new school. I like some of that stuff, but I'm not always in love with it. I like sort of the dirty, grimy feel of this world, and I like the fact that these are not, you know, the good guys. They're sort of half and half, and they will do whatever they want for money and whatever they can get, and we're in a whole world where basically anything goes. I think it could be really cool. We'll see in November, guys, but it looks really cool. Definitely let me know what you think of The Mandalorian. And the next trailer is Lady and the Tramp. I thought we were done with these live-action remakes this year, guys, but apparently not. Oh man. Look, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I have not always been the biggest fan of these live-action Disney remakes. I think a lot of them are very superficial, and if you've seen the animated movie, then you've seen the live action. Some of them, there's not really much of a difference at all. Some of them have been pretty good, though, so I will admit that, but very few and far between. So now we get this that's going to Disney Plus, and I mean, the trailer looks good, right? I mean, the trailer looks good. It looks like they spent a decent amount of money on it. It looks like it's very well done, and it looks like there's a lot of great, like, art design to it, and it looks very proper with the time period, and it looks like they put the effort behind this movie. But I'm kind of curious as to why it's going on the streaming service and not coming to the movie theaters. That's the one thing that worries me, because a lot of these live action ones, they've decided, hey, there's a big enough market, we'll put it out in the theaters. And this is the first one that has actually went to the streaming service. So I'm curious, do they not have faith in it, or was it always planned to be part of the streaming service? I'm not exactly sure. like I said, it looks good. It looks like the money is well spent. I like the designs. I like the time period stuff. I'm very curious of how it's going to be with like the talking dogs. I mean, we have enough of those movies anyway, so it shouldn't look that bad. The story, look, I love that animated Lady and the Tramp movie. I think it's awesome. I love it. I watched it when I was a kid. So I'm looking forward to this movie and the fact that I love the story and I love the dogs and I love all those characters and the personalities. So hopefully I'll like the live action remake. The problem is it necessary? And I don't really think it is, guys. I don't think it's necessary at all. I mean, like I said, the trailer looks good. I'm curious as to why it's not going to the theaters. That does worry me. Outside of that, though, it's just not necessary. And that's really the problem that I have, guys, at the end of the day. That's my biggest issue here. I mean, again, the trailer's good, but a lot of trailers are really good. That doesn't mean the movie's going to be good. But I guess we'll all find out in November when the Disney streaming service starts, guys. I'm going to probably get the Disney streaming service. I'm not going to lie. I'm curious enough where I'll at least get it at first and see how I like it. But definitely let me know what you guys think. In the meantime, let's head into the Beast and see what they have in store this week. Alright everybody, we are in at Best Buy here with these two small displays, one for The Secret Life of Pets 2 and the other for Rocket Man. I'll head over to the Rocket Man one first right here, guys. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray DVD and digital of Rocket Man for $22.99. But I don't see any of the 4K over here or if they have any exclusives, so we'll definitely keep on searching for that. But you know, the movie's directed by Dexter Fletcher. Now, he actually, technically he co-directed Bohemian Rhapsody, because after Bryan Singer sort of left, there was controversy and the studio kicked him off. They hired Dexter Fletcher to come in and he finished the rest of the film and he did the post-production and editing and everything. And it's nice that this time around he got to do a full musical where he's not actually like, you know, sharing credit with another director. And he did a great job, man. I thought that the movie looks really good. I like the performances that he got out of the actors. I like the time period stuff. He definitely did a lot of very interesting work with this film, and it looks like he was very passionate with the material. And, you know, truth be told, I kind of wish we would have gotten a little bit more of Elton John's life. Like, they don't go into any of the Princess Diana stuff. They don't go into him doing the soundtrack for Lion King or anything like that. I know there's only so much time that they can spend on certain things, so they can't fit everything into these biopics. It's kind of interesting how they sort of cherry pick one thing over the other. You know what I mean? Like they'll pick certain things in the life to focus on more than others. I kind of wish we would have gotten the full spectrum, but I think you would have needed another film in order for that to happen, guys. And honestly, I just don't think we're ever going to really get that other film. I mean, maybe we'll get another film, but that would kind of be weird, right? Because I heard a rumor that like they were going to do, or they were considering doing a second Bohemian Rhapsody film, like the later years of Queen, which would have been really weird. I don't think I've ever seen a musical biopic sequel before. Have you guys? I don't think I ever have. Maybe, but I don't remember, man. But I mean, I am curious, so what is your favorite musical biopic? Because I am curious about that, because I have a ton of them, dude. I mean, Ray is great, Walk the Line, the Buddy Holly story, La Bamba, Elvis. I mean, so many really great ones out there, guys. But you know what I find a lot of times with these great musical biopics is that it really is based on the front man. Like, if the actor is really good portraying the character, then I feel that the movie really succeeds. Like, Jamie Foxx was great in Ray. Joaquin was really great in Walk the Line. Val Kilmer killed it in The Doors. Kurt Russell in Elvis. There's these great performances, and they really are memorable to the movie itself. That's why you remember them. Will Rocket Man become that over the years? Well, I think Taron Egerton did a great job here, and I think the more people see it and check it out and give it a chance, I think that they'll appreciate the performance, and I think this movie could be one that's definitely remembered years to come, guys. I've never really seen any really terrible, crappy performances that killed a musical biopic. Maybe I have. I don't remember though. If you guys do, definitely let me know, and definitely let me know what your favorite musical biopics are. Maybe this will be up there in the future. Only time will tell. You get here extended musical sequences, 10 deleted and extended scenes, sing along, and over 75 minutes of bonus content. Not bad here at all. Not bad. And like I said, it's one of the more unconventional musical biopics. It doesn't stray the same way a lot of biopics go, but I think I appreciate that. I like that it goes off the beaten path and does something a little bit different. I do appreciate that, guys. Not bad here for Rocket Man. Definitely give it a chance if you are an Elton John fan. Then over here I'm seeing the display for The Secret Life of Pets right here. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $27.99, the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $24.99, and I don't see the regular DVD or any exclusives over here, but we'll keep on hunting for those, guys. And honestly, there's not too much more to say here about the movie. It is a really good kids film, and it's done by Illumination, and Illumination did, you know, the Minion stuff and the Despicable Me franchise, and they're usually a really good company. I really like a lot of their animation and the stories that they tell, and this was really good, honestly. And usually I don't root for a lot of these animated movies because, again, I'm not an animated fan, but I would like to see a sequel. I think a sequel could be really cool. Secret Life of Pets 3. I enjoyed this film so much that I think the third one could be even cooler. I just love this world with the personality of these pets. And I know there's been a lot of movies in the past that have done this sort of like animation of like, oh, what are the pets doing, you know, when the owners are away type of thing. They've done a lot of them. I know they have, and this genre's nothing new, but I really enjoyed it, man. I thought there was adult humor in there. I think adults can connect with this with the pets. I think kids can connect with it. It's something I think the whole family can really enjoy. And I don't say that about every single animated movie, but this one I really do, guys. Not bad at all. You get here 80 minutes of original content, including deleted scenes and more. And includes 2 mini movies, Super Gidget and Minion Scouts. Very interesting. I wonder what that is. More Minions, craziness and madness, most likely, guys. Interesting. But definitely give this one a chance, guys. Like I said, I didn't watch the first film, so I went into this film blind, but I had a blast with it. So if I can have a blast with it, not being a fan of animated films, then I think you guys can have a blast with it as well. Definitely give it a chance, guys. Alright, well that does it for these 2 displays here, guys. Let's see what else they got. Alright guys, we are over here at this display for Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Very nice display right there. Not bad at all. And then right over here, very nice. Very nice indeed. The first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital for $24.99. They have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $29.99. They have the DVD for $17.99, and they have a only at Best Buy exclusive 4K Blu-ray digital Best Buy steelbook for $34.99 right here. Not bad, actually. I kind of like that steelbook. Very nice. He's in like attack mode and everything. Very cool. Very different from this cover right here, and different from the DVD cover as well here. Not bad at all. Very cool. And you know, it's interesting because if you guys know of the news that they've already filmed a Kong versus Godzilla movie. They've already done it, actually. And it's a little premature because when this movie came out, it bombed at the box office big time. I mean, it really did. They had high hopes, and this thing just flat out tanked big time, man. You know, I mean, they were hedging their bets that this was going to be a huge summer blockbuster, that it was going to make huge amounts of money. And yeah, it really tanked big time. So I don't know really what's going to happen with the Kong versus Godzilla movie. I mean, I know we're going to get it. I know that it's coming out next year. I know that a lot of the same actors who were in this film are in that one, like Millie Bobby Brown and Charles Dance and a few others. I know they're in that one. I don't know if I'm exactly excited for it. I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'm interested in it, but have they really set up this universe and this franchise enough to make me care about a Kong versus Godzilla movie? I mean, it's going to be cool. King Kong's one of my favorite monsters of all time, so it's going to be cool to sort of see him on the big screen fighting Godzilla. I mean, that's going to be the cool part about it, but I don't know if I'm entirely interested, though, guys. I mean, I was very lukewarm on the 2014 Godzilla. I didn't think it was that great. I love Kong Skull Island. I think that's a great Kong movie. I think it's actually very underrated, to be honest with you. And this film, I was lukewarm on this one as well. I think it's better than the 2014 film, but still a lot of problems. Have they set up the organization Monarch? Have they set that up enough? Have they really set up the internal conflicts enough for me to care, the characters and everything? I don't know. I mean, I'll be interested to watch it just for the spectacle of it, and I think it'll be cool to see it on the big screen with these titans fighting each other. And there are hints of Kong in this movie. They kind of hint at Kong and Skull Island. They hint at other monsters as well. I'd love to see what they're going to do. I think it could be really cool, but again, I would have liked to have seen another Kong movie in order for me to really care enough. I would have liked to have seen that, but we're getting it. So I mean, I like versus movies. I like Freddy versus Jason. I like AVP. So it's kind of nice to see these two movie icons sort of going at each other. I mean, definitely let me know if you're excited for it, but did this movie and this franchise set it up enough that you really want it? Or is it just one of those things where it's going to come out and you're going to watch it regardless? I'm sort of more in like, hey, it's coming out, so I'm just going to watch it. But I wish they would have done a little bit more with the franchise to make me care. Another Kong movie and maybe another separate story too. I mean, like I said, I like the monsters here, and I think the monsters are really cool, but again, this movie felt more set up for like that other film than it did an actual movie with the characters. You know what I mean? And I think that's why it was lacking a lot. I mean, definitely let me know, guys. But I will also say this movie is directed by Michael Dougherty, and Michael Dougherty is a very great filmmaker. He wrote X-Men 2, he directed Krampus, which I really like, and he directed that horror anthology Trick or Treat, which I think that horror anthology is kick-ass, man. I love that one quite a bit. I think that's awesome. I mean, I think he addressed a lot of the concerns from the previous film, which I think was not getting to the monsters fast enough and more monster fights, which he provided, and I thought it worked out well. But I think, again, you got to get those characters and that story good, because that's where I think you're going to make this really good. I can watch a lot of these Godzilla movies, from overseas and get good Godzilla action, but it takes a good story for me to really care, and I don't think they quite pulled it off here. So, whatever Michael Dougherty does next, which I hope, by the way, is Trick or Treat 2, because we are vastly overdue on that. Please do that next. I think that was announced like years ago, so they really need to do that. But whatever he does next, hopefully he learns the lessons from Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and wherever this franchise goes next, a versus film or wherever, hopefully we actually get good stories, good characters, and some more cool monster fights. Well, let's hope, guys. Other than that, that does it for this area of Best Buy. Not bad here. Some good Godzilla action. Let's see what else they got. Alright guys, we are in the new release section over at Best Buy on this side, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital exclusive steelbook for The Secret Life of Pets 2 right here. We didn't see this over at the display. I'm kind of curious why we didn't see it there, but hey, at least we found it. But actually not bad looking steelbook. Actually very different from the other artwork here as well. I kind of like it with the dog Max there looking very grumpy with the cone over his head. Very nice right here. Not bad steelbook at all, guys. And it's a cute movie worth checking out for sure. And if you're interested in a Secret Life of Pets 2 Steelbook, they certainly have it. I don't know whether the first Secret Life of Pets had one or not. I'm not sure about it, but if they did, it would be a good compliment to the first one. Not bad at all, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of Rocket Man that we didn't see over at the display for $17.99. They have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $27.99, and they have a limited edition Steelbook as well here, 4K Ultra HD, only at Best Buy exclusive for $32.99 as well. And this is actually a pretty good Steelbook. I actually really like this one. I like sort of Elton's face there with the glasses. Sort of on the inside you can kind of see the image of the piano. Actually really nice. Very different from this cover here. I don't know which one I actually prefer better. I kind of like this cover a little bit more, sort of the glitz and glamour of it. This one's still pretty good though. Actually, I kind of like both. Not half bad. They got that over here. They also have Killers Anonymous, the Blu-ray digital for $14.99 right here. I don't think much more to really say about this one. I definitely got to check it out though, because even though I'm not the biggest fan of Alba, I think anything with Oldman I tend to try to give a chance to, and this does look at least mildly interesting. And I do like a good sort of like killer assassin style movie, so maybe this is really good. I mean, definitely let me know. Actually, you know what, guys? Actually, let me know, what is your favorite sort of assassin killer film? I'm kind of curious, actually. Definitely let me know. There's some really good ones out there. Of course, Leon the Professional is really good. And I really also like that movie Assassins with Antonio Banderas and Sylvester Stallone. Very underrated one, actually. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Then over here I see they have the Blu-ray digital of Into the Badlands, the complete third season for $29.99. You know what I was thinking of? When I saw Shadow, I really liked Shadow because I liked how it was going against an empire and fighting for your freedom. And this kind of looks like the same thing, just more of an Americanized version of it. But I'm wondering whether, like I said, I've been curious, and I've been saying a lot, but whether the Americanized version can really compete with the overseas stuff. I mean, let me know your opinion, whether you think it can or not. I think a lot of times the American stuff doesn't quite do as well, because I don't think they really know how to use the action as well as the overseas stuff. But definitely let me know, guys, for sure. No special features over here, unfortunately. I was hoping for something, but nothing for Badlands. And then over here for Killers Anonymous, there was deleted scenes, alternate ending, director's commentary, and trailer gallery. Not bad special features for $14.99. That's great special features, man. Holy crap, it's pretty damn good. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of The Flash, the complete 5th season for $29.99. I am kind of curious though, that, like, how long do you think The Flash is going to go for? Because we're on the 5th season right now, and like I said, everyone keeps telling me that they're running out of steam and ideas, so I'm wondering how it's all going to work out. And I wonder how it's all going to work out for the Flash character, because the movie is sort of, they say they're going to do it, and then they're not going to do it. I thought the Flash was pretty well represented in the Justice League movie, but I kind of feel like there's a lot of potential and a lot of hidden potential that kind of gets missed here. But see, there's a lot of these CW shows, and some are good and some are bad, but I don't know where the Flash sort of ends up. But I kind of feel like now that Arrow's going down, I feel like he's probably going to take the mantle as probably being the head of this CW world or something like that. That's what I'm guessing, but I don't really know. I mean, they could announce the final season tomorrow for all I know, but I just feel like this Flash character has a lot of really great storylines that I don't think has been properly utilized over the years. I mean, I like the 90s one, but that unfortunately was short-lived. Definitely let me know. And they have here, includes the epic 3-part DC crossover one. And they have a ton of featurettes, deleted scenes, gag reel. Not bad features here. Not bad at all, guys. Another CW show. I definitely got to catch up, but it's spent a lot of time on Netflix. But is it worth it? Definitely let me know, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of Season 10 of NCIS Los Angeles for $29.99 right here, guys. Not much more else to say about this, but just another regular procedural. I kind of feel like, again, like when you have 22 episodes of a season, it's the same old stuff. You can't really do much interesting stuff. It's like, okay, bad guy of the week, they capture bad guy, and that's it. Done. Over with. That's what I think, guys. I mean, I've never really been into any of these shows. I guess the only one that I've been kind of a fan of was The Office, but that wasn't really a procedural. It was a mundane, day in, day out kind of thing of a paper company. But that's it. But I'm not really a fan of this stuff. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what? The other show I really liked that was more of a procedural was actually Stargate SG-1. I thought Stargate SG-1 was really cool, but that was science fiction, that was sci-fi, that was monsters and everything like that. That's sort of my speed. These type of ones, like, you know, the cop stuff, not really something I would be into. But that's just me, guys. You do get from the day forward, then a look at season 10. There. Oh, a bunch of interesting featurettes. Not bad. At least they actually have featurettes, because sometimes on these box sets they don't have featurettes, guys. I hate to say it. At least they have something for the fans. Definitely let me know what you think of NCIS Los Angeles, and if you think these procedurals are time to die. You know what I mean? Because I think they've been going on for way too long, and I think cable is a dying breed, and I think these shows are going to die along with it. But definitely let me know what you think, guys. Alright, and over here, guys, I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of the Banana Splits movie for $19.99. It is really great that this thing even exists, guys, honestly. And, you know, I like a good horror comedy, but I know there's a lot of people out there that don't really like horror comedy. They want to keep their comedy to one movie and horror to another, and I get it. Everybody's preference, but I really like a good horror comedy. I think you can find a really great mixture there. You can find a really great ridiculous premise like this and spin it with the comedy and horror, and I think it works really uniquely. You know, I think of sort of the Evil Dead franchise. I think of the Child's Play franchise, or even something like Critters. Taking a ridiculous idea and a premise and making it fun but yet horrific. I really like that quite a bit, and I think the Banana Splits movie does it pretty well. It's not the best horror comedy you've ever seen in your life, but I think with the gore and with the ridiculous premise of these sort of robotic puppets, you know, starting to kill people in gruesome ways, I think you have to go the horror comedy route. And I think they did it pretty well, guys. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think of this movie. It's crazy, it's weird, it's demented, but I do kind of like horror like that, as long as it's entertaining. And this is very, very well entertaining, guys, for sure. You get the Banana Splits Behind the Horror, Terror on Set, and Breaking News, The Banana Splits Massacre. Very interesting featurettes, guys. Definitely give this one a look. If you're a fan of horror comedies, then I would say this one is definitely up your alley, guys. Definitely give it a look. Then they also have here the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital, the 40th anniversary edition, 6-disc set of Apocalypse Now for $22.99. That's a great fucking price, by the way. And oh man, dude. Now, you know what's really interesting about Apocalypse Now, man, is that I think it's just as good of a war movie now as it was back then. I think it has some really unique and interesting messages. I think the acting still holds up. I think Martin Sheen is awesome here. I think that Lawrence Fishburne, a young Lawrence Fishburne, is really great in here to melt well. Marlon Brando, even though he was a pain in the ass on set, he gives one hell of a memorable performance, man. He is absolutely on fire here. And I guess it depends on which cut you're going to go with of the movie, because there's actually two cuts of the movie, Apocalypse Now and Apocalypse Now Redux. Now, the Redux one, it ends up inserting a lot of scenes and sequences that they just didn't want to put in there. Like, there's this whole French sequence where they go to this French sort of villa in sort of Vietnam, and they talk about how the French have occupied Vietnam and how, you know, they're living off the land and dealing with the war. And there's also little things as well where I think there's a sequence where they're sort of having fun with some Playboy bunnies or something as well. I actually like the longer cut of the movie. I'm not always a fan of longer cuts of films, guys, to be honest with you, because sometimes I feel like maybe it's kind of ends up being a little bloated, but I actually think the cut of this film, the Redux one, is really good. I mean, the theatrical cut's really good too, but I like how they go more in depth in the Redux version, and I like how you get to delve more into the madness in the Redux part as well. I tend to really enjoy it, though. I mean, definitely let me know which cut you prefer, but I think the film's gonna look stunning in 4K. I think it's a fucking phenomenal Vietnam movie. I think it's just a phenomenal film in general, and it really is one of those films where there's certain must-see films, and this is one of them, guys, for sure. It really is. Oh my god, man, there are so much special features here. You get the final cut, you get Apocalypse Now Redux, you get the final cut on Blu-ray, you get the special features on Blu-ray, Hearts of Darkness, a filmmaker's documentary on Blu-ray, and all of these features. My god, man, there's a shit ton of them. It's massive. Dude, this is an amazing set. This is a 6-disc set, and for $22.99 for all those special features, you honestly can't go wrong, guys. Definitely give this movie a chance. If you haven't watched it, what the hell are you doing, guys? Give it a chance. And if you don't own it yet, and I know Apocalypse Now has been on a lot of formats. It's been released a few times on DVD, a few times on Blu-ray already, and now on 4K. You know, if you don't mind double dipping, then give this one a chance, guys, because honestly, it's pure brilliance, guys. Pure brilliance indeed. Alright, well, that does it for this new release section. Let's see if there's anything else they got. Alright, everybody, we are over in this section of Best Buy, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray digital only at Best Buy Steelbook edition of Friday the 13th, the Killer Cut, for $14.99. I think I showed this off a couple weeks ago when I was showing off that big horror section that Best Buy had. It's oh, this is the remake. Yeah, this is the remake one. You know, man, I got to admit, I'm not a huge fan of the remake. It's not terrible, but truth be told, man, like, it pales in comparison to the other Friday the 13th movies. At least in my opinion, it does. But I will admit, it's miles better than the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. God, what piece of garbage that is. I mean, I don't love it, but if I had to compare it to other remakes, I guess it's not terrible. I guess it's not. I mean, I don't know if I would buy it in steelbook form. I already have it as part of that, like, huge, like, steelbook collection set that I actually have, guys. So I don't know if I would ever get it, but if you guys are a fan of the Killer Cut, well, there you go. Not a bad, very simplistic design. They also have a Blu-ray digital Best Buy Steelbook for The Goonies for $14.99 as well. That's really cool, man. I like that one a lot. That's nice. Look at that. With the skull, and kind of, it looks like a map within the skull. It got like all the guys there. Hey, you guys. I love this movie, dude. This is another one of those sort of, my mother and father taped it on VHS, and I found it, man. I love this movie, dude. This movie's great. Dude, this movie's like one of the best, like, kids adventure movies of all time, man. Sean Astin is great in this. Corey Feldman is awesome. I love sort of the pirate ship and like the comedy with Chunk and everything. God, I love this, man. This movie is timeless, dude. God, I love this one quite a bit. Man, it's really fantastic. Steelbook form. They also have another Best Buy Steelbook for The Exorcist for $14.99. This is the Blu-ray digital as well. And it's got the extended director's cut. I like that where it's all in red and everything. That's really nice. I think the extended director's cut is that one where she does the spider walk, right? I think it's the one where she does the spider walk. Truth be told, guys, I never really liked the whole like spider walk thing. I never really did. It kind of comes off as a little hokey. I never really found it scary. I actually prefer the theatrical version over the director's cut. I really did. I was never really a fan of the director's cut. Whereas with Apocalypse Now, I was a fan of the longer cut. So I mean, I guess it just depends on your mileage of if you don't mind certain scenes added in. I didn't really think the scenes that were added into this film really benefited, but that was just me, guys. I like the theatrical version better, but definitely let me know what you think about that. Then I'm also seeing they have one for Salem's Lot, the Blu-ray digital for $14.99. Oh, that is a creepy cover, man. That's creepy. Damn, that is creepy indeed. God, I haven't seen Salem's Lot in such a long time, man. It's been so long since I've seen this movie. I remember really liking it and remember really being creeped out by it, that it really affected me. And I don't think I ever really revisited it. I kind of have to for like the Halloween season coming up. I definitely have to. But I know they did a remake with Rob Lowe many years ago. And truth be told, I kind of like it, but it doesn't compare to the original by far, man. Not even close. And it is a truly great gothic vampire film. I will agree with that. What a creepy ass vampire too, man. It looks like one weird Nosferatu looking motherfucker. Jeez. Very cool, man. Got those. They also have over here, they have some TV seasons over here, guys. They have the DVD of A Million Little Things, the complete first season for $29.99. On ABC. Again, I don't watch any of these cable stuff, so I don't know half of the stuff that's coming out as of late. Life is fragile, but true friendship is unbreakable. Meet an extraordinary group of close-knit friends. Oh, you know what that plot reminds me of? That plot reminds me of that movie, The Big Chill, with Jeff Goldblum. It kind of reminds me of that, just in like a TV form. Probably a very melodramatic series. Definitely let me know what you guys think of A Million Little Things. It looks kind of generic, but definitely let me know. Then they also have the first season of The Rookie for $29.99 as well. Another one of those procedural cop shows. I do like Nathan Fillion. I think Nathan Fillion is a great actor. He doesn't get a lot of chances as an actor. I know he just got cast in James Gunn's Suicide Squad, so I am looking forward to him in that. I loved him in Serenity and sort of the Firefly series. I think he was fucking brilliant in that. Not sure about him doing this procedural cop show, but wasn't there some sort of controversy with this show about like one of the main cast members having to leave because of some sort of controversy with a producer or something, some sort of sexual assault thing? I heard something about that. I don't know if it's true or not, but I like Nathan Fillion. Usually I give things with him a chance, but I don't know about this sort of procedural, man. As I told you guys, I'm not a big fan of procedural, so this one might not be up my alley, but definitely let me know if it's different than your normal procedural cop stuff. Then you've got over here Chicago Fire Season 7 and Chicago Med Season 4 for $19.99. Chicago, again, man, these sort of 22 episodes of just procedural stuff. Again, they have to put out a fire, then a fire happens, and there's drama between the group, and you know what I'm saying? And the same thing here. This is sort of a medical drama where, you know, the case of the week, you know, a sickness they gotta solve, and then the drama between them and everything. It's the same shtick over and over, guys. It don't change. Don't change at all, man. Uh, I you know, these procedurals are, some people really love them. For me, I don't. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't really like this kind of stuff. But we're getting a lot of season box sets because the new fall season's coming, so we're getting a crap load of that stuff, guys. Some of it's, to me, it's kind of cookie cutter, but let me know what you guys think regardless. Then over here I'm seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray of Stand By Me for $19.99. Very nice, man. Very nice seeing this again over at Best Buy here. And again, man, this is a really great, just as I said, a great coming of age tale, and it really ended up launching a lot of great careers. Like I said, Will Wheaton, who went on to do the Star Trek Next Generation stuff. Corey Feldman, of course, went on to do a lot of great work from there. Kiefer Sutherland, who is so amazing here. Oh man, God, Jerry O'Connell, Jerry O'Connell was barely even recognizable here, man. Oh, dude, it's a lot of really great memories watching this stuff, and it's a really great, I think it was based off of a Stephen King short story, if I'm not mistaken. Very cool, man, very cool indeed. Oh, this is, I think, as far as coming of age movies, this is like top 3, if not top 5. It's honestly high up there. Definitely let me know what some of your favorites are for sure. And if Stand By Me is not there, then it ought to be. Fantastic, man. And if you haven't watched it, please do. You guys are gonna love it. I fell in love with it when I was a kid, and I'm still in love with it. Definitely let me know here. You get picture-in-picture commentary, walking the tracks, the audio commentary with the director Rob Reiner, and Stand By Me music video. Rob Reiner is a great director, and he did an awesome job with this. He's fantastic, dude. He made so many amazing movies, and this is one of them. Ah, so fantastic. And then, just so you guys know, they do have the '98 Godzilla, yes, on 4K HD, Blu-ray and digital, and that wonderful steelbook. I know you guys are gonna kill me for showing off the '98 Godzilla yet again, but you want to know what? This is still really good, and really, you know what, to me, man, I think it's undervalued. And I think since a lot of these other Godzilla movies have come out, I think people have kind of reevaluated it. And not saying that they absolutely like love it now, but I think they've cut it some slack. I do too. I cut it a lot of slack. I think it's way better than I think people ever give it credit for. Matthew Broderick is awesome here. I think the action is really cool with the military. It has some good comedic moments here. You kind of root for some of the characters, unlike some of the other Godzilla movies. I enjoyed it, man. Cheesy as fuck as it may be, I enjoy the hell out of it. And you know what? I'm going to keep it in the collection no matter what anybody says, but that's just me, man. But definitely let me know and what some of your favorite Godzilla movies are, and I guess least favorite as well. Alright, not bad this week as well. Quite a lot to actually show off here. Alright, let's head out. Oh, the Beast delivers again, guys. Yes, man. Wow, man. There was so much variety and selection here. A ton of exclusives. Man, you know, Best Buy is always really good, and this week is no exception, guys. In fact, all of the stores had a lot of really great stuff to show off, man. A lot of really great selection and variety and exclusives. And this is just continuing to roll every single week, guys. We're going to get a lot of releases coming out every single week. Just a variety and a barrage of titles. And if you're a physical media lover, your wallet is going to hurt big time, but in a good way for sure, guys. Oh, man. I am loving what we are getting here at these stores as of late, guys. Not bad at all. I hope you enjoyed Best Buy. The Beast almost never disappoints. Let's head home and finish the video. Alright, everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And yep, another jam-packed release week, guys. As I told you, we're just going to continue to get these week after week. Like I said, we're dipping into these summer releases, and we're getting a lot of crazy amount of titles, even at Target, man. And usually Target's always not the greatest. Even they're having quite a bit of stock to show off. it makes me a happy man for sure, because showing off a lot of titles for you guys, that's what I like to do. I like to know that when I go into these places, there's going to be physical media aplenty, and uh, it hasn't disappointed yet. You know, cross fingers that the physical media gods will still be on our side for the rest of the year for sure. But you know, I was thinking about something. You know, when I was telling you guys about the couple trailers that I saw for the Disney Plus show, I was thinking to myself, I said, you know what, with all the stuff going on with streaming right now and all of these trailers showing up for Netflix and Disney Plus and HBO Max is doing a whole big thing now, and I think Warner Brothers is going to get into the whole streaming service, and the streaming services are going to blow up big time, guys. I mean, you're going to see a hell of a lot more of them. And it's kind of interesting because everybody talks about, oh, you got to get on Disney Plus. You got to get on it. You know, this is going to be a great streaming service. And I'm sure it's going to be, guys. I am honestly sure it will be. But I do have to admit this, which is that if you love these movies, I think it still benefits you to own the physical media copy, because I was thinking about something like for Disney Plus, like Song of the South, which is a really interesting movie. It's a film that really honestly is kind of outdated, and you know, it's not really appropriate for the times now, where maybe back in the day it might have been. And I heard there's a whole thing of how uh, it it might not be on the streaming service, and if it is on the streaming service, it's going to be heavily cut. And they were talking about other movies that are they're gonna cut certain scenes from other movies for the Disney Plus service to make it more family friendly, or however they want to do it. And that really bugs me as a fan of movies. It really bugs me because I want everything to be seen the way that it was intended to be seen, good or bad. You know, because just because it may not be appropriate for the times that we live in now doesn't mean that it needs to be discarded, that it needs to be thrown away, or a certain scene needs to be cut out of the movie because it doesn't fit the standards of now. You know, either people are going to accept stuff or they're not. That's just how I look at it. And that's why physical media is so important, guys, because you can literally now take that DVD or Blu-ray or 4K or whatever and pop it in and say, oh, well, it might have been cut on Disney Plus, but I have the full, complete version, and that company will never take anything away from me. And I think that's the whole thing, is that, you know, I don't mind streaming. I don't mind some of this stuff. But what I mind is when companies, because now we're dealing with huge corporations now. Disney is a huge corporation, man. I mean, they own 20th Century Fox. There's talk of how they're going to get rid of the 20th Century Fox brand, and basically they're just controlling everything that 20th Century Fox is doing. And now it's like, you know, those films, who knows whether they're going to be preserved or not? Who knows what Disney's going to do with them? And that's why it's so precious to have those physical media copies, because no one can take that away from you. The only person who can take that away is yourself. And that's it. And there's something about preserving cinema, there's something about preserving the movie experience that makes me love physical media more and more, because I see these companies and I see these corporations and I see these people, trimming movies down because, they might offend somebody, or altering versions, or basically not allowing this film to go out to the public on a streaming service because, well, they just choose to, and what the hell, that's their choice. I don't like that. I like the fact that I can have my physical media copy, and screw these companies. I will take my copy and I will gladly watch it. I'm still going to subscribe to these services, guys, but at the end of the day, it's the physical media copies that will reign supreme, because those are the things that are going to preserve cinema. not the streaming services. As much as I think they're really great, and as much as I love a lot of the content on there, as far as for movie lovers and film enthusiasts like me, it's physical media that's going to survive the day, because those are the movies and those are the versions that these companies cannot take away. So just remember that. Just remember that, going forward, when you're subscribing to Disney Plus, when you're subscribing to these things, of how these companies can just, in a blink of an eye, will just alter versions because they can. And having the physical media copy will protect you from that. Just a little, just a little food for thought. Let's put it that way. But there was a lot of stuff that came out this week, guys. A huge amount of stuff. My God, man, you had animation, you had fantasy, you had biopics, you had drama, you had a lot of really cool stuff, weird horror, some really interesting releases this week, guys, for sure. I hope you picked up something good. If you did, definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, well, oh God, where do I start? I picked up, well, actually at my doorstep, I should say. I got a package in the mail from Vinegar Syndrome, guys. Oh, baby. I am really happy to pick this title up. I've never seen it, so this is a blind buy, but it's one that has Roddy Piper in it. I love that guy, man. From They Live, how can you not love Roddy Piper? And it's one that looks really interesting. And truth be told, I heard about it years ago, but I've never actually seen it. And when Vinegar Syndrome announced it, I was like, yeah, this is a pre-order, man. I'm definitely picking this up, because I love me some Roddy Piper. It's a weird sort of fantasy horror element to it, and I can't wait to check this bad boy out. It should be a really fun time, so I'm definitely looking forward to delving into this for sure, guys. Then I also got a package in the mail from Amazon Prime right here. Now, this contains one Blu-ray, and it is a 4K upgrade, and it is a glorious 4K upgrade, guys, for sure. It's one of the films that I grew up with, and it's one of the best movies of just a Stephen King story, but it's just a great sort of coming of age tale, and I'm so glad to have it in the collection. I did have it at one point, but then I heard about this. I had the DVD, and then I upgraded to this, and I'm so glad to still have it in the collection, but an upgraded version. Man, it's I don't mind double dipping at times, because some certain titles are worth it, and I feel that this one is definitely worth it, guys. So I'm very happy to have this back in the collection. And then I also got a release over at Best Buy as well. Oh, a really great film, man, that came out this year, and it's a really fascinating true story, this person's fascinating life, and it really, to me, it's just, I think over the years it's going to be appreciated more and more. It's unconventional, but I think it's unconventional in the best way, and I really do enjoy it. So, yeah, so I got a package at Best Buy. Package from Amazon Prime. And Vinegar Syndrome package. Not half bad, guys. Not half bad at all, dare I say. But you guys will not get to find out exactly what I picked up until my Blu-ray Pickles video, which will drop at the beginning of next month. It'll show off all the releases that I picked up for the month of August. And there is going to be some really great variety this month. Honestly, I am so happy with the variety that I'm getting, guys. Whether it's new releases, whether it's limited editions, whether it's 4K upgrades. My God, man. Some really weird, odd, out there titles that you guys know I pick up from time to time as well. It's always a nice surprise, the pickup that I get. It's not always the normal everyday pickup that you see from time to time. It's something a little more unique and interesting. And this month will be no exception, guys. So definitely tune into that video when it drops the beginning of next month. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday videos I do every single week. Check out the Blu-ray pickup videos I do every single month. Check out the theatrical movie reviews I do with my friends, movie discussions, movie hunting videos, and much more on the channel, guys. If you're a lover of movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. Oh man, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I really want to thank you guys. You really go out of your way to watch the videos, to support me, to leave comments, and it really warms my heart to know that you guys care, because there's a lot of effort that gets put into this channel, and it's a lot of restless nights, lack of sleep, a lot of pre-planning, and sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if it's worth it to continue doing this. And then you get some great comments and you just realize that all the effort that you put into this, even the smallest amount, you guys really do appreciate. And it really makes me feel like what I'm doing is really important, at least in some weird small scheme of the grand universe here, that it actually is. And so I'm glad I'm doing this for you guys. I really am, because you guys make it worth it. So I thank you so much. So if you haven't subscribed yet and like how I talk about movies, then definitely hit subscribe. And keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. Alright guys, well, the physical media train is continuing to roll. Even more releases next week. Quite the time for the physical media lovers for sure, guys. And I will see you back next week for a brand new video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.